Background: my BIL, 37 meters, used to be married to L, 33F, and is now married to Julie, 40F. L and Bill have 2 children together, 7F and 7F. They divorced when the girls were toddlers. They split as he had been cheating on her with Julie. Early into the relationship, L got injured in a car accident and had life-changing injuries from it, and this is when Bill started to cheat on her, as it was the only way he could cope with the situation. Bill had planned on divorcing L and marrying Julie. He went to his brother, husband, 40 meters, for advice and had asked him to not tell L. Husband told me, and we made the decision to tell L and introduce her into one of husband's friends who is a lawyer, so that she would not be blindsided. Phil, 70 meters, had cheated on their late mother numerous times, and it ended badly, which is why husband wanted to tell L. Husband and I have since remained very close with L. L is my closest friend. She's like the sister I never had. Husband, myself, the kids and Phil are the only family she has, as she lost her mum when she was a kid and her dad just before she started university. Our children are all very close in age, so attend school together. We live on the same street. We see each other every day. We even go on holiday together. The issue: we have recently come back from holiday. L and I took all 5 children, my 3 and her 2. Husband had to work, to France for a week. She posted a couple pictures from the trip on Instagram or Facebook. Not sure, don't use it myself. Well, Julie saw the pictures and absolutely exploded. Not sure how Julie has seen it, as L has both Bill and Julie blocked on everything. She's angry that we still see L and spend time with her. She was already upset that we live on the same street as L. Julie doesn't want L to be a part of our lives, as she is the new wife and L is the old wife. Julie has been demanding that we all cut L out of the family. Bill has spoken to husband and I and is demanding that we cut out L, especially after we broke his trust and told L that he was cheating and wanted to divorce her. Husband told Bill that we would not be cutting L out, as she's done nothing wrong, except thinking at one point that he was a kind and decent person. Bill is threatening to cut us out of his life as well if we don't cut out L as well. Bill and L now only communicate through lawyers after Bill harassed her after he found out she had started dating one husband's friends, James, 39 meters, who he was also friendly with. James had asked me to introduce him to L at husband's birthday party. They'd been together a year when Bill found out, and he only found out because L had introduced her partner to the girls. The girls had been telling him about their trip to the zoo with L and that her partner had been there as well. The girls love James. Bill had almost ruined her only relationship since the divorce, as she was about to break up with James because she just wanted Bill to leave her alone. Bill didn't like that the girls accepted James while they still haven't warmed to Julie. I don't want to cut L out. I don't want her or the girls to be isolated because Julie and Bill are absolute twats. Husband has suggested asking L to not post any pictures with us in them from now on and maybe lock down her accounts so Julie can't find her online, but I don't feel that it is fair to ask L to censor herself. Any advice? Husband doesn't want to cut out Bill complete because they are brothers, but at the same time, he knows that what Bill and Julie are asking isn't acceptable. Well, if it isn't the consequences of their own actions. Did he really think he's gonna cheat on his wife and slide in the new woman like nothing happened? Bill is being ridiculous. He's the cheater. This is exactly what he deserves and then some. Julie isn't entitled to some kind of relationship with you because she now sucks your brother's knob. L may have been former family through your Bill, but she is now chosen family to you. He needs to respect that and back the F *** off. And then to have the audacity to get angry at her for dating was really the icing on the cake for me. He sounds like a total tool. Yeah, I, 43F, have some advice as a second wife and stepmom as well as a divorcee who is still friends with some of my ex-in-laws. Ignore Julie and your Bill. They can die mad about it. If either of them had the best interest of the kids prioritized, they'd be happy to see pics of the kids enjoying vacay. It's no wonder the kids haven't warmed up to Julie if she's consistently trying to pretend like their mother doesn't exist. You and your husband and Elle are behaving like adults. Your Bill and especially Julie are acting like middle schoolers. And maybe that's unkind to middle schoolers, but the whole allegiance and whatnot is so immature. and L should lock down her socials. Because this kind of drama can be limited to a point which is also in the best interest of the kids. To paraphrase DJ Khaled, jealousy is a disease, and they can die mad. Wouldn't worry too much if Bill and Julie can't understand that your friendship with Elle has nothing to do with them, then they'll eventually force the issue until you will have no choice but to cut them off. What would you lose if you cut off Julie and Bill? Sounds like not much. It's not even like they have kids, husbands, nibblings to keep away from them. What a mess. Bill is in the wrong. You don't take orders from him about who you can and can't be friends with. You should tell him straight up that he's not going to bully you like that, and you aren't ending a friendship for him, and he should grow up. You don't have to cut anyone out. She's your friend and the mother to your nieces. The great thing about being adults is no one gets to dictate who you can and can't have in your life. You can tell Julie to either grow up or pound sand. They are scum. If I've read this right, Elle is the only one not making demands. If that is the case, you always choose to remain in touch with the person not causing any issues. Stop talking to Julie and Bill. From now on your husband handles those relationships. You have built a bond with Elle, and no amount of jealous screeching should be able to change that. I'm so proud of you for standing up against their abuse. Another commenter said it perfectly, let them die mad about it. F*** him. Choose Elle. He's a cheater, a horrible husband, new wife is a cheater, and there's kids involved. But I would suggest Elle to lock down her accounts, just so she doesn't have to deal with more bullshit from them. Yeah, I have some advice. Throw all of your Bill and Julie's toxic narcissistic bullshit back in their faces. Formally cut them off first. Why the F*** would you want them in your lives? They're terrible people. I only suggest this because you won't have to worry much about access to your nieces, since I'm sure Julie will always allow you guys to hang. Sometimes family is who you choose, not who you're born with. I couldn't have put it better myself. Why would you be interested in having a cheater and a homewrecker in your life? Here's the thing, your husband doesn't need to cut Bill or Julie off. Just continue to do what you're doing. They can't tell you who to be friends with. If they wish to cut you off, then so be it. It's never a good idea to negotiate with terrorists. Julie is in charge of Julie. If her husband wants to go NC with his family over her insecurity, then he can do so. They can do whatever they want with their lives. They have absolutely, positively zero say in anyone else's choices. Zero. You tell Bill and Julie to F off. They can't tell you who to talk to. Your husband can talk to his brother, but you do not have to. Don't stop Elle from doing anything. She can post what she wants. Aunt Bill plus Elle's kids, you and your husband, and all the friends you speak of from his old life. Look, the divorce was his choice. You get to choose who you're friends with. If new wife and Bill don't like it, too bad, but they don't get to dictate who anyone else has a relationship with. Elle needs to talk to her lawyer to find out what steps she can take against her ex and his new wife. I wonder if she can get a restraining order against Julie. She should not give up on James. Her ex and his affair partner / now wife are evil incarnate. They should not be allowed to continue destroying Elle's life. If your husband wants to continue trying to maintain a relationship with his brother, that is on him. Personally, I would tell Bill and his wife to pound sand and not allow them any contact with your children. Encourage Elle to go to counseling in order to learn how to stand up to evil ex and evil new wife. Honestly, keep Elle in your life and keep on supporting her. If possible, ignore all threats from Bill and Julie as best you can. If Bill decides to go no contact, then that's on him and his loss. He chose to be a cheater, and he has to live with the consequences. Elle is no longer married to Bill, but will forever be the mother of his kids and the cousins of yours. How are they supposed to form relationships? If your new SIL is insecure about her position in the family, she should ask herself why that is so. Keep supporting Elle. She seems to be a very nice person and has done nothing wrong. It would be wrong to punish her for her husband's cheating. How exactly are you supposed to cut her out when she's the mother of Bill's kids? She's here to stay. If Julie doesn't like it, she can F*** right off. Unless Bill and Julie want to finance your life, they don't get to dictate how you live it. Bill is threatening to cut us out of his life. So what would be the problem here? He and new wife can have their own little group. You cannot leave someone who you are close to, and who your kids are close to, their cousins, over someone who not only cheated on his wife, but left her when he had a serious accident. The new wife is not entitled to anything. Her needs are not above the needs of all of the kids nor over your needs. She also knew she was getting involved with a married man who had kids, so she is to blame as well. What can happen if you tell them you are not cutting them out of your life? They don't control your life. If they don't want to see you again because you don't do what they say, it's on them. You are all too old for this shit. It's not your job to make everyone happy. You have to protect your family, and the best thing for your kids is to have cousins and be happy with them. You also have to enjoy the time with them and not with people you don't like this Julie character who sounds unhinged. My cousin tried this bullshit too. We ignored him and stayed in touch with the mother of his kids and his wife for many years. If he doesn't like it, none of us give a shit. She's family. End of story. He doesn't get to dictate anything. My uncle also tried the same thing and was told by my grandparents to stop being so selfish. That his ex was part of our family for over 20 years and the mother of their grandchildren. My parents have been divorced for 20 years now, and my mum still goes to visit my dad's mum. Family is family. Divorce doesn't change that. I say keep on doing whatever you want, and let Bill do whatever he'll do. Just ignore, basically. Your Bill and Julie are the nastiest, cruelest pieces of trash. I applaud you and your husband for your kindness and loyalty to Elle. Please do not allow this reprehensible bully to dictate your lives. He does not even love his own children because he does not want what is best for them. I hope he and Julie rot in hell for their disgusting cruelty and unforgivable selfishness. Since Bill and his new wife can't behave themselves around Elle, never mind Elle's new partner, I would never invite both couples to the same party, with or without kids. But who you see on your own time is your business, no one else's. Nobody has the right to dictate who you socialize with, period. As for husband not wanting his brother to completely cut him off, I bet that's an empty threat. How many friends do Bill and new wife have, anyway? Relative or no, I would not want to spend any time with someone who cheated on his injured wife, married the app, and a year later harassed ex-wife about her new partner, just because their kids liked him, but not his new wife. What a loser. How many friends do Bill and new wife have, anyway? I'd bet mostly hers, if she has any, and many of his, probably former, friends have a lot of judgments about the both of them and none of it good. Especially considering one of those former friends is now dating Bill's ex-wife.